Hey gamers, I am Cybersnake7. Yep, it's a new week, new cap, new video. Back with another video, guys. This is a video about a deal I struck up with a great friend and a great YouTuber about 2 weeks ago. I received the item last week, but just haven't had a chance to get a video up to show you exactly what I've picked up and bought from him. So let's go back 2 weeks ago. We struck up a deal, received it last week, and all will be revealed as I read the note that I got in the box. Obviously who I did the deal with, and obviously where I picked up. So it says as follows. Hey Jay, here's the console and games as agreed. Hope you enjoy it, mate. I've included a copy of Game Pro. I thought you might enjoy having a flick through. One copy of Game Pro. I'll get to that in a bit. Keep up the great work with your channel. Hurry up with your SNES collection vids, laugh out loud. Your mate, Pete SNES-tastic. So, yeah, there you go. Me and Pete did a deal about 2 weeks ago for a brand new system and a selection of games off him. Yet another new system. I know there's 3 weeks away from Blackpool and I'm spending money like water. But at the moment, I think we're all doing it. Definitely. We just can't help ourselves. You see a good deal, you want it. It's as simple as that. So I weren't going to turn it down. But as I said, great system that I bought. Wanted one for a long time. And also some games. Plus I bought a few extra games to add to the little collection that I'm growing in the corner over there. So without further ado, let's get on firstly with the console and then the games. Right, get it all in order. Firstly, console. It's a system that I've wanted for a long time. I've got two variants of these systems, but they run at 50 frames per second, not full screen, and the music's slow and it's terrible, and I haven't appreciated it until I've got my hands on this system, which runs at 60 frames per second. The music is absolutely, and the sound quality is brilliant. Pitch quality is just a dream. Obviously with the RBG cable it was supplied with, playing it through the Bang & Olufsen, it is awesome, and it's put my faith back in this system again. But anyhow, the system I'm talking about is the Sega Genesis, and obviously this one is the high definition graphic version. Now Pete explained to me that this is the one with the good sound chipping, and it's not far from the truth. The sound quality is absolutely outstanding out of this thing. And so it looks and it is in mint condition. All the buttons are so, just brand new. Everything feels brand new about this system, and I'm very happy to own it at last. But obviously the console isn't boxed, but it's in quality condition, as you can see. And from Pete, it's a bonus getting it from Pete. End of story, because you know you're going to get quality stuff back out of him. But that's the system. Got myself 2 joypads, but I'll only show you the one. Obviously Genesis logo on there, and a good selection of games off him. I bought 6 games off him with the system, and then obviously I picked up 3 games of my own, which I've definitely wanted. A couple of gems in this little lot, and they were quite pricey, to be honest with you, but nevertheless, let's crack on. Now the first 2 are 2 platforming games he showed last year in one of his videos when he first picked up his Genesis, and I've always wanted to get hold of these, and he got them for a great price. But to have these 2 copies from himself is even better. So 2 games I've never played, but they really do look like great platforming games. And the first one is Vectorman, and these, or should I say this one and the next one I'm going to show you, they are in the cardboard variant boxes. Great outside. Inside can give issues, because obviously if the card where the cartridge slips in rips, it's a bit of a pain. This one's slightly ripped, but believe me, I can absolutely live with it. The game's in pristine condition, plays like a dream, and it's not a bad platforming game, to be honest with you. Really good. So looking forward to getting my teeth into that one. So there is Vectorman, and obviously I also have Vectorman 2. This one is in absolutely pristine condition, but this one is still sealed. He hasn't even opened it, and still got the hanging tab on the back. So I'm very happy with that one. So I will crack that one open eventually and try that one. Just haven't had the opportunity as yet. but in absolutely pristine condition. So very, very happy to own Vectorman 1 and now Vectorman 2. Right, the next 3 games are a trilogy of games which I already own on Japanese format, but it's just nice to have the English versions of these games. And I know I've got the Genesis there, and I could have had one like chipped and that, so it plays, you know, all games and runs everything at 60 frames per second. But I just love to have the original console, which allows you to do that rather than have it modded and all that rubbish. But anyway, going back to the trilogy of games, these games are probably one of the most popular side-scrolling beat-em-up action trilogy on the system itself. So you're not going to be too surprised when I show you what the first one is, and it is Streets of Rage, and it is in absolutely pristine condition as you expect. All of them have got the hanging tabs on, as Pete's obsession, bless him. But absolutely pristine condition that one is, and as I say, these in full screen, and the music with the sound chip on that system, it comes and plays like a dream. Absolutely fantastic. But there's the first one, that's Streets of Rage. And then everybody's favourite, which is obviously Streets of Rage 2. This is the first game I put in the system, to be honest. As soon as I got it, absolutely adore this game. Easily one of my top 3 side-scrolling beat-em-ups without a shadow of a doubt. But obviously, yet again, in absolutely pristine condition. And that's number 2. And then finally, you can't have 1 and 2 without having number 3. And this, yet again, is in absolutely pristine condition. The thing about this, I find, is out of the 3, I think the graphics on number 3 are easily the best graphics out of the trilogy. But the game is bonkers. It's just a mishmash. The story don't quite add up to anything, to be honest. But graphically superb. But obviously, it's definitely not the favourite of the 3. Obviously 2 is the favourite of everybody. Everybody's choice out of the 3. But graphically, this one is easily the best graphically looking out of the 3 as far as I'm concerned. But there you go. There is Streets of Rage 3 in mint condition. Sorry, I've got the plastic covers on them again, so if there's a bit of a glare, I do apologise. But there's Streets of Rage 3. Now, the cherry on the cake for me out of this little lot was a game I've been after for a long, long time. And it is, and can be, a very expensive title to get hold of, especially PAL, but the NTSC version is just as expensive. And at long last, I own the Punisher, and it is in absolutely brilliant condition. I've also played this, and I absolutely love this game. It's really, really a top side-scrolling beat-em-up action game. Brilliant game. One of the rare Capcom titles, but in pristine condition, and it's very rare and can be very pricey. But as I say, I got this in a fantastic deal off Pete. So there is the final game I got out of Pete's little lot. So Pete, you are a star, mate. Absolutely fantastic condition. Superb quality, mate, and I'm very, very happy to have this little lot in my collection. But it down in there because I've got myself 3 more games, and they are 3 very good games as far as I'm concerned. One is a gem of a title which I've paid over the odds for, but you just can't help it. And the other 2 are, I think, games that are just worthy being in the collection. Now, the first one I'm going to show you is a game that everybody's been talking about of late. It's one of the early titles for the system, but people have been praising it and saying how good it is, and it's like a hidden gem of a sort. But I thought I'd give it a punt and try this out myself. Now, Pete did have this one, but he was reluctant to give it up, so I thought I'd go out and try and find a copy for myself. And it is Mystic Defender. This is the Genesis version, obviously because I wanted to keep them all on a Genesis. Now I've got one, but graphically looks very, very good. As I say, a lot of people have been talking about how good this game actually is, so I'm very looking forward to getting my teeth into this one and seeing how it plays. But it does look very good for the screenshots on the back, to be honest with you. And as I say, I picked this at a reasonable price, so I'm very, very happy to have that one. So there is Mystic Defender. Now the next game I picked up on the Super Nintendo about 2 weeks ago, but I wanted it on the Genesis, and I seen it for a very cheap price, to be honest with you, and it weren't in bad condition whatsoever. And that is Battletoads. As you can see, it's in pristine condition. The only trouble with this one is obviously there's no hangy tabs. Some idiots cut the top off it as per usual, but the game plays like a dream, runs perfectly, and is in very, very, very good condition. It looks, and well, to be honest, it looks and kind of, I suppose it will play the same as the Super Nintendo version. But as I say, I haven't played this one yet, because I only received this one a couple of days ago. So there's Battletoads, and the second icing on the cake, which is a game I've been after for a long time, and it did cost me a little bit of money, silly money really, but I couldn't resist because I wanted it. I could have got it on PAL, but it did just cost me exactly the same sort of money, to be honest. But at long last, yet again, I own Contra Hard Corps for the Genesis, and this one is in absolutely immaculate condition. I only recently watched Champion 2D Rob's video, I think it was yesterday. He's put a video up about the Probot Tech to the PAL version, on how good the game is and how he loves it, and I really enjoyed that video. So I will be playing my version as soon as I've done this video before I get to work, but absolutely chuffed to bits to get this in the collection. As I say, not an easy game to get hold of, and not a cheap game either. But there you go, guys, that is the last little game in my little Genesis collection. I've got a few more over there. I might do a video eventually of the Genesis collection that I've got, but Super Nintendo, get them out of the way first, and then think about the Mega Drive and Genesis after. Now, before we go, I did have this, which is a little extra off Pete, which is the Game Pro magazine. It's a really nice magazine, proper American one. It's got $3.95 on the back. So, but I've had a good look through this, and it's really good. It's a nice multi-format magazine, the kind I do like, where it reviews and talks about every console rather than one console in specific terms. Like, I've never been a fan of magazines that talk about one system, because I found them to be very biased about that system, which is plainly obvious. So I've always gone for multi-format magazines, but this is a very, very good magazine. Good reviews in there. Street Fighter, and you've got the PC Engine in there. You've got obviously fighting tips for Street Fighter, you know, things like that. New games coming out, which at the time you didn't even have Turtles in Time out then. So you know, it's a fantastic read. So I'm very happy to have that to have a flick through and get some good memories out of occasionally. But there you go, thanks for that, Pete, as a little bonus. But guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed my little console collection, my new console that I've got. I won't be buying any more, not for the next foreseeable future, until after Blackpool anyway, unless I find something again and I'll go crazy. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. Please do comment, please do subscribe, and if you're all going to Blackpool, I'm looking forward to seeing you all down there. So, as per usual, I am CyberSnake7. Keep playing, guys, and keep watching.